Welcome back to the Dyson Sphere Program. JC here. And we're going to continue on. Now, what I have done is rerouted the iron ore from this side to that side, because in the end it was more convenient there. And I've also pulled all the feeds out and the return, so we've got all the spaghetti out of the way. Sort of. Just need to check what's needed more. Okay, so it's equal other than sulfuric, which will have its own supply on the bottom. Just for spacing purposes. Excuse me. One like that, one like that. I need to jink it down because that's going to jink back in. That's fine. Need to put that there. Oh, there we go. Right. You need to produce. Oh, it's not done there. I thought it was done with one of those guys. Oh, he's done with one of these guys. Oh. Alright. Not bad. Conveniently, it's still the same space required. So, no loss. Right. I'll take that from there. Out to there. How quickly is this not loading? Those two need to be the upgraded ones, so they can ship it in fast enough. Yeah. That's 10 per minute, requiring that, so it needs 40 steel per minute. Funnily enough, steel-wise, they're 1-to-1. One of these can support one of these. Crikey. Alright. Titanium, this is a titanium planet. And sulfuric acid, well, yeah, we've got lakes of the stuff. I don't think we have to worry about that. As this stuff builds up, we'll send it back to the planet. Right, well there you go, mission accomplished. Thanks for... No. No. That would have been it, but I've got one. I've got one. Wow. Even with all of that, it's not quite... Either way, doesn't matter. Right. I can at least slap in another 2 and still be able to keep up. As we've got them, we might as well. He says, not checking the power grid. Power grid's good. That's why I put in the extra generators. Oh, we're almost going to finish the research speed, in which case we get onto those, but we're still limited by the amount of those we've got, but it's only 750. And then when we get into there, well, it's off again, because it will regenerate slightly. Then we'll have the power of a sun! An artificial one, mind you. Not entirely sure why it runs off antimatter, but you know, technicalities. So don't question it too much. Somebody turns around, how do you know the sun doesn't run off of antimatter? Well, we know the sun doesn't run off of antimatter. Runs off a giant nuke. For all intents and purposes. It's going to irk me ever so slightly. There we go. It produces 3 at a time. Oh, okay. Fair enough. That kind of thing just irks me, you know, as it does. As it would. Having a wonky one of those right at the end would just... twitchy. Ah! Yeah, power's going to be a problem, isn't it? Well, it'd be great if we could get that stuff done. I mean, what I can do is get a supply. Eventually that'll run out, but I really don't want to set up another one, but I'm going to have to. There's no way around it. I'm going to have to set up another one just to call in graviton lenses. Yep, that should have told you what I'm figuring to do to fix the power issue here. Hello, power. See, as graviton lenses make it so you don't give a flying what's it's about where this thing is. They just sort of bend reality to suit their will. Why not? It might be a bit much to suddenly just slap yet more stuff down without actively solving the power. Yeah, I could build more of those. They produce what? 3 megawatts? So, one of these things I want. Although horrifically, I say horrifically expensive, it's just those again. Photon combiner. Do still have an interstellar logistics and vessels. It's a horrendous amount of stuff just for. How else can I put it? Oh, I'm going to put it on with there because it looks better that way. Yeah, it's alright. Once it's finished loading, it'll be fine. Absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. Just make the situation worse. Should be a question mark over that. It's supposed to be an exporting planet, but you know, technicalities. What I'd like is graviton lenses, and not a lot of them. Tiny amount of them. No, it's not full yet. Just demand them. Remote demand. I don't think there's actually a remote supply of graviton lenses, so I'd have to fix that. I have to head back anyway. Right. That is a huge arse structure, isn't it? It's gonna be a real bugger trying to get back home, isn't it? Or anywhere around the inner system at this rate. Like enough, home is on the outside, not the inside. And I'm not going to that planet. It's just when these are at the opposite ends, that'll be a bugger. Right. Wow, it's going to take a while to get there. We'll just accelerate to ludicrous speeds. There we go. No, I'm not pushing the warp. Oh, I'm travelling at almost the same speed as one of the logistics vessels. Almost. But not quite. Maha! No, I might need to. I want to. Late emergency braking, I think. Ta-da! So he bottled it. Of course he did. Take me for. Now I need to find one of these that's actually got some spare slots. Ironic if there wasn't actually any of the interstellar ones here that actually have a spare slot. Planetary. Interstellar. That's planetary. Well, bugger. Thought I might get lucky, but I'm not. They are literally all filled. At least this one is actually filling up from the planet. Which is good. Right. Looks like I'm gonna have to slap down another one. Annoyingly. Or I swap out one. If it's being really kind, it'll just let me place it. No upgrade either. Seriously? Can't just slap a new one over the top. That just takes the piss. Fine. Yes. Oh, good job. I've got a lot of inventory space, isn't it? Right. It's the big boy. Now I can't find it in my inventory anymore. There she is. That'll do then. Gonna need ore and lenses. It was about 100. Local demand storage. Boat. Supply. Local. So. There. Does that actually work? No, see, it doesn't fit. It has too much of a large footprint. There you go. Sorted. Power's good. That's going to need to be upped. We need to about 1,000 to cope with well, there goes the last of those. I'll have to restock on them. Doesn't need warpers because it's still in system. Yep. What it is, it's spares. It's all spare parts. What colour? Both of those. That one back. Right, well that's fixed that, but it's also allowed these to build up and be sent off. more strain on the gravitons, but you know, once it's over there, it won't be as much of a problem. He says, hoping a lot. Well, I need to find more. I need to remember where I'm going. Yeah, you'll do. Build more. Perfect, right. It's a very good job. It's a very good job we can bulk up supply. So I've got a small amount of those, I've got those back again, that's all good. Right. What we need now is to head back over here. Launch control is not north of that. Launch control. Without the railguns going off, I can't find launch control anymore. Ooh. Photon generation mode in array receiver. You can convert the critical photons obtained into antimatter using a miniature particle collider. So one of these can now feed the particle collider. Would you look at that? Started doing all this fancy stuff to build up all the supply of this. What have they gone and done? They've only gone and finished all the structure. Right, well, if you finished all the structure, I only just have to go and give you some more stuff to do, won't I? Please stop spinning. Pain in the... Just there. Yeah, that is the internal one. We do that. I'll do it in little bits, I think. So we need to replicate that pattern in there and then put the Zen parts on either side, and then yeah, we're actually building the rest of the belt. But all the rest of this needs to still be built. There's a fair amount of it left to do. This can start work on the next chunk. Right. Ah, over here. You lot, I'm gonna need quickly one. Just going to nick that while they're not being used. I'm going to need... Should have enough. Yeah, I should have enough for 2. But I don't have an awful lot of anything left now, but I've got 2 X-ray receivers, so we're good. So what do you need 2 X-ray receivers for? Can't make antimatter without an X-ray receiver, without one of these. So that's photon generation. Right, we better go out and solve the power issue over here. That is the plan. I have to boost across the firing line. Traveling at ridiculous speeds. I mean, at the moment there I had 2001 meters per second. A space oddity. But not quite. Lake breaking, hello, and just sort of slow down enough that you just sort of fall into the gravity well. It automatically adjusts to enter orbit unless you slow down, in which case they come in for a landing. That it, just one accumulator. Good grief. Okay. There we go, we've got 200. Fine. That's it. I've just got graviton lenses. What I can now do is slap down one of these right about here. Boom. Yeah. Doesn't need direct line of sight once it's got a graviton lens. So not only does it increase its maximum output, but it also ups, well, it doesn't exactly up this. Power grid that bad? Our power grid is that bad. Oh wow, it's actually turned off. Good grief. I thought the graviton lens would solve that, but it doesn't! Oh well, the ones on the main planet must be bugged to all hell. Unless I need to set up one on the other side of the planet. Apparently it's now generating power again. I'm as confused as everybody else at this point. It's the end of the episode and all we managed to do is slap down an array receiver. go. Out of construction mode. Ah. I'm sure I can find a screenshot with that. But yeah, there we go. We're now using Dyson Sphere power on a second planet. And I still don't really understand why the graviton lenses do weird things to these things. All I know is it makes it produce more power. A lot more power. You know, while it's active, it produces a lot more power. I'm not sure how long it stays active for. And apparently... yeah. I was going to say, why is that not what do what? Yeah, I can supply more graviton lenses everywhere else. That's all right. So there we go. I have my screenshot. So on that note, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is JC, out.